Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Perry, and I will be talking about my symposium topic that I chose for the class, so script in the Catholic tradition. So, my topic for the symposium was gun control, and the CST that I chose to go along with it was rights and responsibilities. So, the rights and responsibilities section of the CST basically talks about that every human being that has roamed the earth has a right to life and a right to preserve that life with as much drive as they can to make sure that they preserve it as much as possible. And for me, I think that ties in very, very, very good with gun control. For years, gun control has been a very prominent topic in the news and in most debates and whatnot. And most people talk about what are we going to do to solve this? What are we going to do to help out? And blah blah blah. Um, Gun control, in my eyes, can be good and can also be bad in a lot of ways. For starters, I know that a lot of people they hear about the mass shootings, and there are mass shootings. There we just had like a bunch of very bad ones in the past recent years with Orlando, Florida, and Las Vegas. And those type of events that happen, they cause, a lot of debate to start up. Like, why are we still allowing people to get guns? And I feel that yes, these type of tragedies happen, and they, quite frankly, are tragedies. But I don't feel like gun control, like getting rid of every single gun, is the right choice this for this problem. Um, I feel like gun control is more of just a thing that we can do to help the problem. Um, I mean, if we think about it right now, there are a couple gun control laws in a lot of states, and most of them are just background checks, making sure that everybody passes them. And I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So what can we do as like as followers of God? Well, I feel like gun control might be, if taken to an extreme, would kind of take away from the CST, the rights and responsibilities clause that we have put in place. We God has given us the gift of life, the wonderful gift of life, and He wants us to preserve that life and that gift as much as we possibly can. And I feel like guns, although they can cause a lot of tear shed and a lot of grief, they can also help out innocent people like us to protect ourselves against these type of threats. For starters, there were there was a big study. I talk about it in my symposium where people there was like 79% of men and 80% of women felt safer whenever they had a gun and like they had a gun by their side, and 60 something percent of people felt safer with a person who was in the same household that had a gun. So guns, like, as law-abiding citizens with guns at their hips with concealed carry, those type of people are the type of guns that we need to keep, because they make it so that you can preserve your life and you can preserve the right to life that you have, and you can help you can help yourself and others against these threats, like the people that go into places with guns with the intent to harm people. So I feel like if we do gun control, it'll just take away the guns from the law-abiding people, and give it all the right in the world for the people that get them illegally to just go in and cause massive bloodshed. Now, how would this pertain to Scripture? I feel like there are two stories that can rightfully connect to this. One being the first murder with Cain and Abel. Cain was very, very jealous of his brother when he was not given the same treatment from God as Abel was, and so I feel that whenever he did that, He had a lot of anger in his heart. He had a lot of rage, jealousy, and he ended up killing his brother. And the other story would be whenever all of the uh, all of the people after Cain, the generation of life that decided to murder and cause massive bloodshed, and that was the only thing they did. And God decided to take down a flood to get rid of all that evil in the world. I feel like those two would be able to sympathize with the gun control debate, not because they involve guns, because Cain did not kill his brother with a gun, but it was talking about murder, and that's a core thing of gun control. Now, before I inevitably run out of time, I think I already have, but the solution that I would think about this is one of the solutions that I mentioned in my symposium was that we could do mental background checks against people every like few or so years, because then people who are mentally unstable will then be prevented from getting access to guns. And there was actually a thing that said that 22% of the recent modern mass shootings were by people who were deemed mentally unstable. So I feel like that would be a good solution. That could make it so that 22% of the next few shootings would not even happen. But that was be my solution, and that was my symposium topic. So thank you.